Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Jay Dobyns.
No one forced me into any assignment. I volunteered into every assignment I ever had.
So with Sonny Barger passing away, right? Arizona, um, um, there was a big memorial for him and all that. When you were involved with these Hells Angels guys, did they have any dealings with? I know Sammy the Bull is out there on the West Coast, and he was trying to be this. I don't know. He was trying to start his own mafia or something. After he cooperated, he went out to the West Coast, started this drug operation. Was he involved at all with these guys? Or any dealings with them?
If he was, I don't have any information on it. I know Sammy's story. I know he got put in WITSEC and he was relocated to the Phoenix area and got involved in ecstasy trafficking and like I know the story. Like the same as anybody public civilian consumer of information does.
But was there any like mob guys involved with them? Is kind of like the question.
There was some traditional organized crime, on the fringes. None that I was intimately aware of or participating in, and with Sonny's passing, and the celebration of life that was for him, man, the guy's he's an icon. He's a worldwide known figure. And I've said many times, publicly and privately, that if Sonny had used his character traits, his intelligence, his charm, his intimidation at times, all these things about him, if he had used all those powers for good, yeah. I have no doubt that he would have been the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Look what that dude built. Look what he built. I don't agree with everything, with the life he lived or the world he lived in or what he created. But I do understand who he was and what he stood for. And there's elements of that are, that I understand. Like he believed in his brotherhood. He believed in his team above all else. And I understand that the guy was a worldwide icon. When he passed, I took no satisfaction in his passing.
Was he out there? Was he out there at the time of the investigation? And did you have any dealings with him?
Yeah, I crossed paths with Sonny a couple times, and I always had good experiences with him. He was never on the point. I never got close enough to him to really have any other opinion other than my overlap with him. I had pleasant experiences with him. I don't agree with his, his lifestyle. I don't agree with him being portrayed as, as heroic. He built and led an international organized crime syndicate, and that's undisputable. But I also understand the admiration that is for him, and the heartache that was created by his passing. So like I said, I took no satisfaction in Sonny's passing. He's a Sonny and his gang are a part of Americana.
Yeah, it's the American culture, man. Like Harleys and beautiful women, all that, cheeseburgers. It's American
like it or
dream,
don't
right?
like it, and it doesn't matter what side you fall on. The Hells Angels are iconic.
So, what do you think is the future for the Hells Angels and the Mongols? With I know the Outlaws and the Mongols are having some rumblings up there in Chicago. I know that there's some rumblings with the Banditos down there in Texas. And there's just things going on all over the country, Mongols, outlaws, and this and that. What do you think the future is for the Mongols or the outlaws or any of these groups? What do you think the future is for them?
There's always going to be conflict. There's always going to be rivalry. There's always going to be battle and competition for territory. Um, Everyone's trying to be, the big dog on the porch. The truth is, the Hells Angels are the king of the mountain, and I don't see that ever changing. They have name recognition, they have the history, they have the mythical element about them. I will say this: when our case ended, um, news reports and people on the law enforcement side were saying like what a life-altering, organization-altering investigation, Operation Black Biscuit was, and what we had done. The truth is, um, Jay Dobyns, Jay Bird Davis was nothing more than a speed bump on the Hells Angels highway. Like I slowed them down for a little bit, but they're bigger and badder and stronger now than they were before I crossed paths with them. I didn't have much impact on who they are or what they do.
What was the reason for the name Black Biscuit?
The case agent picked it. We was trying to find something that would not draw any attention to any outside eyes or anybody that might be peering in on what we were doing. And when I asked him, like, what are you titling this case? And he said, I'm going to call it Operation Black Biscuit. And I'm like, dude, you can't, that's racist, man. You can't do that. That's a bad choice, man. And he's like, what's wrong with you, man? There's nothing racist about it. He was a hockey fan. He's like, Black Biscuit is a hockey puck, man.
It's the puck, yeah.
It has nothing to do with nothing, man.
Yeah. I think a lot of this woke culture is taking things a little too far, man. It's crazy.
Well, and this was before like all the wokeness was like in our face every day. But my instant reaction was Black Biscuit, man. I'm not sure that's cool, man. I'm not sure we can do that. He's like, dude, chill out. It's a hockey puck.
Yeah, it's wild. So what's in the future for you, man? I know you got a book, No Angel, and I'm gonna put a link in the description. If anyone wants to pick up his book, the link will be in the description of this video. What's in the future for you, and what's up with the book, man?
Dude, like I'm back like I was when I was a failed football player, man. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. Um, I'm not sure. I coached high school football for an extended period of time. I'm not doing that anymore. Um, I think it's important for any of us, not just me, not just you, and the things that you've overcome and how you've changed your life. But anybody out there that hears this is that wherever it is in your life, if you ever get to the point where you feel like you've reached your peak and that whatever it is that you're doing, you've already reached your best and you've accomplished everything you need to accomplish, and that's a bad point to be at in your life. You always need to be striving to do something new, different, to make an impact, to change the world, to influence someone, to inspire someone. Like for me, what that is, I don't know, trying to figure it out. But I refuse to accept that whatever my best is behind me. I insist on believing that whatever my best is still out in front of me.
Yeah, the best moment of my life is right now because it's the only moment you'll never get back, and you need to live.
Well, I was in coaching my football kids, like the things that I tell those players, they apply to all of us. I tell them, if you want something that you never had, you're going to have to do things you've never done to get it.
Yeah.
Right? That's not football. That's life. If you want people to remember your name, you have to do something they can never forget. Like, what is that? For me, I guess maybe the best thing for me when I come full circle is that I've become more spiritual in all this.
Yeah.
I've become less selfish. I went through a phase in my life during what we've been talking about where I was very selfish. I did things for myself, motivated for what was good for me, what I wanted to do. I've become much more spiritual, like through some of the bad things that have happened to me. I know this. I've learned that if the only time you're talking to God is when you're in trouble, you're in trouble.
That's a good analogy, man.
Yeah.
So this is a very important question, and a lot of people out there probably in this situation. And what advice would you give for the guy who just put a prospect patch on in any motorcycle organization? What is your advice for that guy?
To be honest with you, and to treat people and their personal choices with dignity and respect, I wouldn't tell anybody to not do that. I wouldn't tell anybody to like take that rocker off, take that cut off. But I would say be fully aware of what it means, of what that lifestyle holds. I think that there's people who put a rocker on, put a cut on, that has whatever that center patch might be, whatever that top rocker's identification of the club or gang that you're in. When you do that, just have open eyes and clear understanding of what it means and the lifestyle that you're entering. Because in the Hells Angels world, which is my point of reference, like there's a lot that comes with that is non-negotiable. The name Hells Angels, that death head center patch, the cut you wear, that is it's their life, it's their religion. And if you don't fully understand that, then you're going to get your head caved in the process because it's non-negotiable.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different stipulations for people to even be in clubs, right? Like you need to make a certain amount of money. You need to live up to a certain standard. You can't just be some low level junkie on this corner with a motorcycle, right?
No, I think that there's, and again, I keep referencing the Hells Angels because that's my point of reference, but there's hundreds of thousands of dudes out there who would love to put a Hells Angels cut on, right? That ride a motorcycle, that are whatever, that's the lifestyle that they would choose to engage in if they were given the opportunity. But the Hells Angels aren't interested in those dudes. It's like they want people to be a part of their organization that brings some kind of value to them. It's not just about having a motorcycle or having a certain look or having tattoos or earrings or your head shaved or long hair or goatee or whatever it is. Like, you want to be part of that world, you better have a value to bring to the table for them, because there's hundreds of thousands of dudes that don't have value out there that are sitting at the corner of the bar of some tavern that they want nothing to do with.
Yeah, it's true, man. Well, damn, man, this is great interview, and you gave me a lot of great information. And what's in the store for the future with you? Are you working on any books? Are you gonna do any podcasts? Are you not sure still? Like,
I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know. Like I try to enjoy every day. Like you said a few minutes ago, I try to live and enjoy where my feet are at that very moment.
yeah,
And I think that's an important way to go through life. When you publish this, um, like on your sidebar comments, like we had this conversation before we started recording. Like,
yeah,
don't think that I don't know that I'm going to get chewed up in those comments. Don't think that I don't know that I'm going to get criticized and called a drug addict and a liar and a betrayer and a rat. And like, man, I know that's coming. I know
people
that's
call
part of
me
it.
a rat, man. I'm not even in the streets no more. Like, I changed my life. I got off drugs. I'm not in the streets. I bring people like you on, and they call me a rat. So they can say whatever they want. It's irrelevant. you
Well,
know?
the thing is that the people that don't like me or that want to call me names or criticize me or whatever, like, here's the thing. I do respect people's opinions. I think people have the right to whatever their opinion is. They have the right to feel about me however they want to feel about me. Um, and like, if you want to get on your keyboard and, type something in the sidebar, that's whatever your opinion is, man, that's the world we live in. And if I wasn't willing to accept that and accept those criticisms and hear that name calling, then I shouldn't have ever agreed to sit down and have this chat with you, because that's coming.
Yeah, you think so? I don't think so, man. I'm optimistic though. So
Well, you know what, like to pretend like, that I don't care, then I care. Like, I think we all wanna be liked. We
yeah,
all wanna like have some element of respect from people. Um, that's human nature in
are,
all of us.
are you cool with
But
anyone from that investigation from back in
I
the day?
am, I am,
You still are?
I
Wow.
am, I
So
am.
see, if
There's
people can
people
see
that,
that, then like if you're still cordial with people that were in that investigation, still cordial with them now, and they're able to accept that and move on, then that shows you that there's people out there who have good hearts and are willing to you know see the reality of the situation.
well, like, you know what, the people that I have maintained relationships with after the fact, um, who've gotten to know me more as a person, um, they understand that, like, that I never set out to ruin their lives. I never, and I never, discussed this earlier. I never mock people. I never, I always try to treat people with dignity. Even in my book, even people that have read No Angel, I've gotten comments and messages from people, in the investigation saying, um, like, I don't really care for you, and I don't care for what you did or the techniques you used. Um, but you treated us with dignity. You treated us honestly. You didn't try to punk us. You didn't try to portray us as, like some street bitches. You portrayed us as to who we are, which are some of the baddest cats to walk on the planet. Like that doesn't make me, like, to try to minimize that doesn't make me any bigger. It
Yeah.
doesn't, to try to avoid who they are and what they stand for. That doesn't
Some of
make
these
me any
guys
better or
have
bigger.
a aura, man. I know what you're saying too. Like when they walk in the room, they have a aura about themselves, and it's like
Yeah,
it's wild.
yeah. So, like, I try to be respectful of people and their opinions and whatever their comments might be. And just like they don't necessarily agree with everything I've done and said, I might not I necessarily agree with everything they do and say. Um, and we agree to disagree at times.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. And you're welcome to come back anytime. If you want to do it live, if you want to do another interview, we can always chop it up. You're always welcome back here.
All right, Staxx. Well, good luck to you. Stay on a good path. Like, keep making good choices. And
Definitely.
whoever hears this in your audience, whether you like me or don't like me, man, God bless, man. Go be amazing. Go change the world in whatever way you choose to change it for the better.
And go get his book before you do that. It's No Angel, and then the link will be in the description of this video. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you could get my videos every time they drop. Till next time.